And now, it's time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. A show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s around the world. I'm Mosette, and here's your host and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, thank you, Mosette, and welcome to episode 610, the Cardinals edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, as your Seattle Seahawks get ready to take on those Arizona Cardinals. And, well, what can I tell you? How about them Seahawks? So glad to be back for our 135th episode, if you can believe that. Man, let's meet the posse for this episode. First, look who's back. It's the yin to my yang, Matt from merry old England. Hi, Matt.
Good morning, Moses.
How are you, sir?
Well, it's been a funny old week for me so far.
It has. Do tell.
Yeah. Well, I came back from, I was away for the last weekend, obviously. I did listen to the show. Well done, lads. Very, very well done. Weather could have done with a little bit more pep, if I'm honest, Moses. A little bit more.
Well, you're here, so I'll say that.
A season open, I was expecting a bit more. But I watched last week's game sitting in a really dark holiday camp, like nightclub, like sort of a central entertainment complex.
Sure.
Which would have been absolutely fine if we hadn't scored that first touchdown at the exact moment that an old lady's wheelchair collapsed. Because the music went quiet. I had my earbuds in. The music goes quiet, so I sit there. She goes down like a sack of shit, and I sit there and go, "Yes!" really loudly. So yeah, it could have gone better for me on that, but it's fine. It's fine. I mean, everyone looked at me like I was hideous, but I was fine.
And you're like, she owes me money.
Yeah, I mean, she was okay. I mean, somebody just locked her over the shoulder and carried her out, so we were able to carry on with the music. But
everybody applauded. Oh, good show. Good show.
Good show. Carry on.
Yeah. Speaking of good show, here is our news hound, Will. Hi, Will.
Hi, Moses. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Oh, apart from the near-death experience early today, I'm fine.
Oh my gosh, everyone's got a story tonight. Near-death experience. Do tell, please.
It's not that exciting. I just went up on the roof to clear off all the fir needles and whatnot, and discovered at the wrong time that my landlord's ladder wobbles quite a bit.
Oh my god. wait until you got way at the top, right?
Yep. Well, I waited until I got off the ladder onto the roof, and the ladder nearly fell over. It's like, this will be fun.
You'd be doing a rooftop report for us. That would be nice.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, and maybe we'll get you a new ladder between now and next time we have to go up there.
I'll take it.
All right, we'll see what we can do for you. And then, of course, there is our friend Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Well, hey. Okay, so I'm the punchline
officially tonight. Hey, Dustin, everybody. Woo!
Hello, just kidding. All right, that's great.
We're gonna give you extended.
Nice to talk to you assholes
tonight.
Too.
Give you extended here. How are you, Dustin?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, and the crowd loves you. If you can't tell.
Yeah, I got the applause now, not just the drum line. That's good.
We'll give you a standing ovation later, but that's later. And also our man behind enemy lines, it is Statsman Mark. Hey, Mark, how are you?
Hello, everybody. How you doing, brother?
Wonderful. How about yourself, sir?
Well, I've been learning a lot. We all know about the Garoppolo injury.
Yes.
From a week ago.
Yes. Are they still looting in the streets?
Well, they're disappointed.
Yeah.
But, there was also an inside scoop through a source here that I learned that after the diagnosis, Garoppolo asked the question we all would: how long before I can be with my next porn star? That's what I want to know. Thank you.
I'm working on 41 years and counting, but
yeah, I mean, the waiting list is longer for some than others.
It is. That's sad. Well, that's too bad. That's too bad. But
yeah, it's something. I mean, it's just like, wow. I mean, they barely get to see this guy now. It's back to the DJ Beathard, I believe,
or as they call him around here, beat hard. Which I'm not.
Yes, we'll get more into it later with the Chargers minus 10.5.
Ouch.
That would be our number section.
In a 27,000 seat soccer stadium, no less. There'll be more Niner fans there. Anyway.
Yeah. I bet we will get back to that. And let's get to it. Fergie?
Let's get it started in here.
All right, this show is run just like a real NFL football game. If you have not listened before, we have 4 quarters and a halftime. Quarter 1, we'll catch up on news. Quarter 2, we will talk about that Cowboys victory last week. The Seahawks beating the Cowboys at home, 24-13. And halftime, it is the best Seahawk-themed play-along game on the internet. 12-man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia.
Of the world.
Of the world. And Dustin is our returning champ, so we'll see if he can hold everyone off tonight. He will have a full crew tonight, so we'll have to see if he can do that. Quarter 3, we will have all kinds of information for you. We'll have a travel guide. We will have numbers for the game. We will have our injury report for the game. We will have our weather and fashion report for the game. And then in quarter 4, we'll put all that together and probably some other more relevant information, make our predictions, prognostication, and game balls for this upcoming Sunday game between your Seattle Seahawks and those Arizona Cardinals. Before we start, please like, share, and subscribe to the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Join our Facebook group, 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We have a great game day thread on there every game day. We're also on Twitter at Seahawk Positivity. Email 12manfanjamshow@gmail.com. Look for our podcast, downloadable podcast on iTunes and Podbean. All right, let's get to the first quarter and news. Yes, news from around the NFL with our news hound Will, brought to you by this week's sponsor, the NFL quarterback shoulder pads, equipped with airbags that erupt at the slightest of pressure. NFL quarterback helmet that doubles as a throw pillow, sold separately. Will, what do you got for us?
Well, Moses, the Seahawks are not the only team with a disgruntled all-pro veteran who is seeking a new contract and probably won't get it. The Steelers are going through their own situation with running back Le'Veon Bell, who has not only refused to sign his franchise tender, but is planning on sitting out as long as he possibly can this season because he's worried about taking any more wear and tear on his body before he hits free agency next year.
Oh.
However, he does need to come back at some point this year to play. Otherwise, he won't accrue a full season. And former Steelers linebacker James Harrison has come up with a solution to Bell's dilemma. Speaking on FS1, Harrison said, no relation, by the way.
Yeah.
Harrison said, I think the play for Le'Veon is if I'm coming back November 13th and I'm going to go in there, I'm going to get my credit for the season I need to get. I give you everything in practice. You would see, the cameras would see that I'm fine and I'm healthy. But come Saturday, something ain't right. I can't play on Sunday.
Oh.
Because if I go out here and I mess something up, I'm losing a lot of money.
Ouch.
So, yes, James Harrison is advocating for Bell to come back and fake an injury so he doesn't have to play at all this year.
Wasn't there a story a few years back about Ty Detmer of the Eagles? And they were telling him to fake his knee injury or something, or there was something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. That's a concern because if Earl reads that, then he might go, maybe I'll do that. And didn't Joey Galloway, when he sat out, he had to come back at a certain time, right, to get his bonus?
Yeah, he kind of set the precedent for franchise players who hold out. They've got to come back at a certain point in the year to get a whole season accrue. And Galloway was the first one where that really.
I was actually at the game when he came back.
Oh, yeah, I was too.
Way back in the Kingdom, long time ago.
Oh yeah,
yep. That was my first season as a season ticket holder. It's like, man, I finally get tickets and Joey Galloway can't show up. What the hell?
Doesn't that figure? Matt, what are your thoughts on Le'Veon Bell? Should he fake an injury?
I just, do you know what I mean? Have a bit of integrity, people. Do you know what I mean? You're either injured or you're not. I just think that if they don't want to play, just sit him down.
Yeah,
sit him down. If he doesn't want to play, sit him down.
Hang on a second. Hold on. There's a flag thrown in the podcast. Hold on.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Damn it!
Oh, that rule is doing me in.
I know. We gave him a first down.
You can't talk about sitting people down. That's too harsh.
Apparently.
Too hard.
I tried not to land with my body weight on my computer, but I rolled to the side and blew my knee out.
See what happens?
So,
Well, I'm sorry that was a bad penalty for us, Will, but we can recover with your next story.
This one's actually kind of a cool story. The NFL is putting together kind of I don't know the official title. It's kind of an international pathway program where foreign players end up on practice squads to increase exposure for the NFL worldwide. And there's a player on the Carolina Panthers, and I'm probably going to butcher his name, and sorry, completely unintentional.
Well, he's listening.
Ife Obada. I'm going to go with that. It's from Nigeria. It's crazy story. He was from Nigeria. He was trafficked to London along with his sister when he was young and was homeless there and is now playing for the Panthers. Well, he was promoted to the active roster. His first ever game was this past Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals, and he was awarded NFC Defensive Player of the Week honors.
Wow!
This guy had an interception, a sack, 2 quarterback hurries, and a pass deflection in only 19 snaps.
Oh my
and
that's efficient.
Also had a strip sack fumble that was overturned into an incomplete pass on Andy Dalton.
My God!
But yeah, first ever game, and this is what the guy does.
Man, I guess there is a new Nigerian Nightmare.
Yeah,
could be
because you remember there was a runner from Kansas City.
Oh yeah,
Okoye, Christian Okoye was called the Nigerian Nightmare. But this guy, Mark, this sounds like the real Nigerian Nightmare. My goodness,
he makes Khalil Mack look like an afterthought.
It's a very inspirational story.
It's a wonderful inspirational.
Because to me, it's like, you mean there's hope for Infetti? So, that's what I really take away from that.
Hey, Dustin, you were saying something about Khalil Mack?
I was just saying he makes Khalil Mack seem like an afterthought with those kind of stats.
Hey, did you know that Khalil Mack is from Chicago? I don't know if you ever picked up on it. He plays for the Bears now.
I heard about that, yeah.
It's true.
Somewhere.
Why didn't they mention that on the broadcast?
I don't know. Oh, wait a minute.
Dropping the ball and probably
wait a minute. There's no flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
That's 2. Come on. That's 2 of them, guys. Gosh, unbelievable. They're just throwing the flag everywhere, even in our podcast. Wow, that's a great story, though, Will, because, like you said, had a terrible life, and to be able
Tell me
to
about it. Nobody wants to live in London.
That is really cool.
Poor Matt's crying at the London part.
Although I think he still listens to English. I think he's got dual nationality.
Does he?
That's what I've heard.
I think he's half ours. Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. Apparently, though, he was actually a security guard originally. So, and having been in London an awful lot, if you're going to try and catch criminals in London, you're going to need to be a fast sort of tackling machine sort of thing. So he certainly is. He learned his craft at Sainsbury's, probably.
All you have to do anymore is carry a yellow flag with you or have a friend do it. If he goes to hit you, throw it.
That's right.
Every player should have a yellow flag stuffed somewhere where they can just throw them all out.
And then everyone will take their focus off. They're all boo, boo.
They'll screw it up.
And they'll forget what was going on.
Perfect.
Well, that's a cool story about him, though. I wish him the best, as long as it's not against us. Thank you, Will.
Anytime, Moses.
All right, that is the end of the first quarter.
It's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
Coming up on this Cardinals edition of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, halftime trivia, weather, fashion, injuries, numbers galore, travel guide. But next, we take a look back at Sunday's victory over the Cowboys right after this.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
If there's a better use for the internet, I haven't found it.
Holy shit, it's the second quarter.
Hey, welcome to the second quarter of episode 610 of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We are going to look back at the Seahawks win over the Dallas Cowboys 24-13 last Sunday in beautiful Seattle, Washington. And I'll start with Matt. Matt, give me something great from that win.
I think McDougal was great, to be honest. I think he was everywhere. He was everywhere. The man just suddenly popped up, made a tackle. I think he had about, 5 or 6 tackles in that game. And obviously the forced fumble as well. So I just think he was absolutely everywhere. And, and I would also, maybe I would look at the offensive line as well as not being too bad. But having said that, Moses, I would like to yield some of my time to the gentleman from Indiana, who I believe has lots of positive things to say about a certain offensive tackle.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Matt. See, over the last few years on this show, we have had favorite players that just are our favorites, and guys that we get man crushes on. And every once in a while, a rare player comes along that just rubs you the wrong way. He's fingernails on a chalkboard. He's the annoying voice that you hear at a party. He's just obnoxiously painful to watch. And that has been, in my opinion, Jermaine Ifedi for the last couple years. And yet, against the Cowboys, as I watched somebody had taken a film of his first 2 quarters, and I'm sorry I don't know who it is, but it was someone on Twitter, and I saw it, and I watched him, and I said, you know what? Well done, Mr. Ifedi. Well done. So I would like to take this time to publicly praise Jermaine Ifedi for his play in the Cowboys game, and I think it's fitting that the kids would cheer for him as well. Mr. Ifedi, we salute you. I'm not going to apologize for what's been said before this moment, but I will say right now, in the Cowboys game, Jermaine Ifedi balled out big time. So hats off to you, Mr. Ifedi.
Panic not, dear listener. Normal service will no doubt be resumed following Sunday's game.
You will come out of Bizarro World and re-enter the normal universe shortly.
Oh, yeah, and that being said, oh no, oh damn it.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
3rd one!
Now that one was legit. I'm sorry.
That was completely legit, though.
Starting to feel like Clay Matthews.
Hey, Dustin.
Not as nice hair. Yeah.
I love your hair. Who does your hair? Sure. Dustin, tell me a positive from that game.
Oh, the pass rush.
Yeah.
It was there. It happened.
With 4 people. Can we say that? Yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah. I've been complaining about them not being able to get pressure on the quarterback all season. And then showed up this game, and it makes a difference, doesn't it? We got a win out of it. So, And then I know you said 1, but it's kind of piggybacking off what you were saying about Ifedi. I like that he learned how to move his feet.
Yes.
Instead of watching the guy run around him, he's going with him. He's shuffling.
Yes.
So, love it.
Yes. And I'll throw another one after everyone talks, but I don't think they're going to say what I'm going to say. But I'm not going to say anything right now. But yes, I agree. Well, it was nice to see him. Just was nice to see, good line play overall. Will, you got something for us here?
I do, and I am actually going to focus on a specific player who's exceeded my expectations so far. Trey Flowers.
Yes. Well
this
done.
guy is a convert, a 5th-round draft pick. He's converted from safety. He's gotten thrown into the fire from day one, although he missed the Chicago game. The guy's not making huge plays. He's not getting pick 6, but he's more than holding his own out there. I mean, he's doing covering the ball well. He's had some pass breakups, and he's already shown a little bit of chippiness. He was jawing with a couple of the Cowboys on a couple of plays, and this guy could have been. He looked like a prototypical Seahawk cornerback, but when you look at everything he's had to figure out in such a short period of time, he could have been a huge liability, and so far he's not. So I'm really impressed with this kid.
That's a great pick. It seems like he's getting better every week, doesn't he, Will?
Yeah, he does. He's gonna make a big play or two for us before this year is out.
I think you're right. That's a great pick. I think the way he's going, if he continues to improve every week, it seems to get better and better and better. He might be another one of those diamond in the roughs that we picked up that is going to be a great defensive back for us for a couple years. So, but yeah, that's a great pick. Statsman Mark, what about you? You got a positive from this game?
Well, what about ET?
What about ET?
I was reminded how mentally tough this guy is for beating up on his favorite team like that. I was very
he persevered.
So yeah, I know it's called Easy Friday. Thank you. The only other thing, if we get into the negative, but it's splinting the lint hairs in the top of my head here, is are the yards per carry for Elliott. I mean, we did a great job. There's a strip, he fumbled, and we created that. But man, it just seems like plays that are designed for maybe 3 or 4 yards are getting 8 or 9.
Yeah,
that part I still don't really get. But
yeah,
hey, you know what? It was great to see a home win, and it follows that trend of coming off a loss when Seattle goes back, back home. I mean, they win, and usually by double digits, and so it was like old times.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you segued into negative. Before we go, I'm going to ask Will a negative too, but for me, a positive also, not on the offensive line as well. Joey Hunt looked amazing at center, and I know Britt is a Pro Bowl center, or close to a Pro Bowl center, and I'm glad Britt's there. But man, I thought Joey Hunt was spectacular. He was aggressive. He was patient at the right time. He was aggressive at the right time. He did a great job, I thought, at center. I really did. So just want to throw that out there. The whole middle of the line. And what I understand, Coach Carroll's going to keep it the way it is, even though Britt's coming in at center. But I think he said Sweezy's going to stay where he's at right now and kind of ride this and see how far it'll go. So we'll see. Negative, Will?
Well, which one of us had week 3 in the CJ Pro-Size injury pool?
Oh gosh.
I think I took every week in that pool.
Yes.
Seriously, does anybody even think of this guy's being on the team still? It's so weird to even hear his name.
Yeah.
It just, I don't.
I think, I could see him being even a mid-season cut at this point.
I think we can function without him too.
Yeah. I mean, we've got plenty of people at the position and they actually show up, and I'm just, it's like the guy cannot function unless he's at 100%.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
It's just frustrating. I mean,
it is.
We got teased by his talent, and then that's
Well, it comes down to, like, does he even really like football? That's what I'm really wondering.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's a very good question.
Playing.
That's a legit question.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to have a passion for it, because if you have a passion and you want to win, you're going to play through some of that stuff. And it'd be
great if still, even so, if I am a chandelier company in Seattle, I sign this guy just as an inside joke. It'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
Oh man, you went too far.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Oh, Mark.
Well, I was asking for that
man.
Honestly, though, I'm to the point where if we do cut him and he does go to some other team and excel, I don't even care anymore.
I don't either. I'm at that point. Yeah. I agree with you. Dustin, you got a negative?
Yards per carry. For
Ezekiel.
Chris Carson were not good.
Oh, for Carson, yeah.
Yeah, they were not good. He rushed 32 times, which was nice, but because we showed that commitment to the running game. But he was getting hit behind the line a lot.
He didn't break off any big runs.
Showing the fact the offensive line played. Yeah, well, like I was saying, they played better with pass protection, but run blocking wasn't what I was hoping for. It wasn't all that great. Like I said, he was getting hit behind the line a lot. Yeah, there's a positive spin to that negativity about that, though, because apparently he led the league in yards after contact this week. So that was nice.
And aside from that late third down, 3rd and 12 that he got the first down on, really didn't have a chance to explode. The touchdown run looked pretty good, but that was only 4 or 5 yards.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun. Matt?
Can we not run into kickers? That would be great.
That would be wonderful, yeah.
Especially on 4th downs. That would
let's
really
not do that.
Just not do any of that when we've got like 5 meters. Just not do that 5 yards to go. Can we not do that?
Good deal. And for me, I'm glad Brandon Marshall's on the team, but those 2 drops were key drops. Just you can't do that. And I'm willing to overlook it. He dropped a couple. He'll come back next week strong, I hope. But man, you can't have those. You can't have those. All right. Well, let's move on. Congratulations to the Seahawks getting their first win, 24-13. And now let us look at the Posse Prediction Challenge in the 2-minute warning.
Holy shit, it's a 2-minute warning.
All right, guys. First on the scores last week. Little Mo and Matt both said Seattle will score 24 points. So you get that. You get some points for that. I had an 11-point Seahawk win, so I get 2 points. Mike Pascal said the Cowboys would score 13 points, so 3 points to him. Mike Pascal was off by 1 point. His score is 24-13. His score was 23-13 Seahawks. So he gets the best score, so a point for him. Prognostications, a point to Jose for the Thomas interception. Pascal for that, that Carson would have more running yards than Penny. But and Seahawks will have more than 3 sacks. Well done. Game ball. I gave it to Wagner for Little Mo and Moses. I gave it to Carson for Mark Ty Turner and Dustin. I gave it to Thomas for Statsman Mark. Over and under was the under. Point for Jose, Little Mo, Mark Ty Turner, Mike Pascal, Will, and Statsman Mark, meaning week 3 looked like this. Mike Pascal with 6, Little Mo with 5, Matt with 3, Jose, Mark Ty Turner, Will, Statsman Mark all with 2, and Dustin and Moses with 1. Meaning, after 3 games, the overall individual scores, Mike Pascal at 9, Tom at 7, Little Mo at 7. Hey, look, guys, we're getting beat by a 12-year-old. Matt was
Again.
7.
Again. Well, no,
Again.
last year it was by an 11-year-old.
Yeah, right. Mark Ty Turner with 6.
Good point.
Dustin with 4. Will 4. Jose 4. Mark 3. And me with 2. Meaning, as we go into this week's predictions, Team 12, 33. Team Posse, 20. Fellas.
The deficit just keeps growing.
It's already
growing.
almost double. So I'm going to have to call in some reinforcements, but we'll see what we can do about that, because
We got to think of something. No.
think of something and think of something quickly.
I'm going to call it right now, Dennis. My bold Team 12-like-esque prediction. Carson's going to have more than 5 yards rushing in Arizona.
There you go.
Oh.
The trash talking.
That might be a bold prediction because he is questionable.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, see, injury report coming up.
Same time
There you go.
decision.
But before we get ahead of that, let's go to halftime.
Holy shit, it's halftime!
Coming up, so much more. Can the Seahawks take this act on the road? Can the Cardinals knock down the high-flying Seahawks? Is anyone scared of a 5-inch Fitch? All these answers and more are just around the corner, but first, it's another fine edition of 12-Man Fan Jam. 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. Coming up.
Up next.
I want to do the
Nice.
12-man halftime show blah, blah, instead. That sounds
That sounds fun.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Yes, it's halftime, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of the best play-along Seahawk-themed trivia game show on the internet. It's time for 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. And here's your host, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity. Yes, thank you, me, and welcome to another fine edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia.
Of the world.
A trivia game that tests the knowledge of both our posse and our listeners. Our contestants are the posse themselves: Dustin, Statsman Mark, Matt, and Will. Here are the rules. So here's how the trivia game works. There'll be 2 rounds of questions. Each contestant answers 1 question each round. If they get it correct, they get 1 point. After 2 rounds of questions, there'll be a final trivia question worth 2 points. If there's a tie after that, then the tie players go on to a special secret overtime question where the winner becomes reigning 12-man Fan Jam Show trivia champion and also gets a prize chosen especially for them. As an added bonus to those listening on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel, the questions and possible answers will be displayed on your screen so you, the viewer and listener, can play along as well. If you do, please let us know how you did on the questions. Remember, there's no Googling, no phone a friend, and please, no wagering. However, there is a lifeline. Before taping this show, my 2 charming Seahawk fan children, Mosette and Little Mo, did take the quiz as well. If the contestants want to know what the kids said, they can ask that but once and only once during the entire game show and only in the first 2 rounds. Now let's get ready to play 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia.
Are you
All right.
okay, Moses?
Yeah,
I
I'm
want my
fine.
money back.
All right. You know the rules. No Googling, no help of any kind.
No lamp.
Oh,
No
God.
lamp. Okay.
This is going rather well.
That must be a personal foul, surely.
Wait a minute. Oh, no. Even at halftime.
Quiet, please.
Stop it. Get off the field.
I think we need to bench you, Dennis. I do.
Yeah, we do. All right. All right. The topic is obviously Arizona, or maybe it isn't. Dustin, 1 through 4.
4.
Matt, 1, 2, 3.
2.
Sassman Mark, 1, 3.
1.
And that would be Will with 3. All right.
I'll take 3, I guess.
Oh, thank you. All right. As you know, 1 question in this round will not be exactly a football question. And Sassman Mark,
Yes.
that's your question. Here we go.
You mean
Thanks,
seriously?
Mark.
In these kinds of situations, it's 1 in 4 that I would get stuck with the thing, and I got stuck with it.
There you go. There you go. Well, see, you win something every once in a while. All right, Mark, here you go. Arizona leads the nation in the production of what? Arizona leads the nation in the production of what? Copper, gold, or silver?
Copper, gold, or silver. It leads
Production of copper, gold, or silver.
I was going to say dying. No.
I was going to say old people.
Yeah. Well, same
Scorpions.
No, holy cow! Well, copper. It's got to be copper.
It's got to be copper. Why is it got to be copper?
I don't know. I think Nevada's the silver state, so I'll go copper.
Now, if it's got to be clean, it's got to be tied.
Little Mo said copper. Oh my
That's
God.
awesome.
Mosette said silver. You said it's got to be copper. Yeah, it's copper.
It does got to be copper.
It does have to be copper. And Mark,
Oh,
them lousy coppers just got you a point. All right.
that's 3 points in 2 weeks, man. I feel like
I
the
know.
Browns. Things
Nosebleed in a minute.
It's sign of the
things
apocalypse.
are happening now.
Things are going my way. Matt, how many times did the Seattle Seahawks beat the St. Louis Cardinals? They were the St. Louis Cardinals way back when. How many times did the Seahawks beat the St. Louis Cardinals? 0, 1, or 2?
Oh my goodness. Let's be pessimistic. Let's do 0.
Pessimistic 0. Little Mo said 0. And
How many times we played
Mosette
them?
said 2. And you said, let's be pessimistic. Why not? Yeah, why not? They never
Well,
beat the St. Louis
How many
Cardinals. Well
times have we
done.
played them anyway?
The
Twice.
magic continues.
Just
We
twice.
played them twice. Yeah.
Dennis, do you remember the name of the St. Louis Cardinals quarterback back in that day?
Oh,
Pretty
Jimmy
good.
Hart.
Jimmy Hart, man.
Jim
Jim
Hart.
Hart.
And then
Oh,
Neil
Hart.
Lomax.
And Neil Lomax. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dave Newdorf was on
X-Lax.
that
We
team.
called him Neil X-Lax. Anyway,
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Okay, well. How many times did the Seattle Seahawks beat the Phoenix Cardinals? Again, they were the Phoenix Cardinals for a little bit. 0, 1, or 2? How many times did the Seahawks beat the Phoenix Cardinals? 0, 1, or 2?
When did they change from Phoenix to Arizona?
I'm not sure.
That'll be next week.
It was between St. Louis and Arizona. I can tell you that.
Yes, I know that much. Well, hell, if it had to have happened at least once.
So you go with 1?
Yep.
All right. Mosette said 1. Little Mo said 2. You said 1. No, I'm sorry. They never beat the Phoenix Cardinals either, so...
Wow.
No kidding.
Wow.
No kidding. No kidding. The Phoenix Cardinals and St. Louis Cardinals. They only played them twice, too, so... They only played them combined 4 times, but they never beat them.
Do you have the years on those, Dennis?
No, I don't. Early. I know that.
This is why I asked for the trivia question so I could verify the answers.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
when they moved from St. Louis. I just don't know when they changed from Phoenix to Arizona.
They weren't Phoenix for very long. I think maybe just a couple years, maybe. Hey, Dustin.
Yeah.
The first time the Seahawks beat the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona was 2002.
Awesome.
Who had the most receptions for the Seahawks in that game? Bobby Ingram, Etula Mealy, or Corin Robinson? How you like that set? Bobby Ingram, Etula Mealy, and Corin Robinson. Who had the most receptions?
None of those
against the
guys
Cardinals?
make it in. None of those guys make it into trivia very often.
And they do not.
I do miss Bobby Ingram, though.
Oh,
I do,
yeah.
man. He had some nice hands, but I'm gonna
And
say
Corin
Corin
Robinson,
Robinson.
when Corin Robinson came back, he had a good little second half of his career there. You're gonna say Corin Robinson?
Yeah, I feel like I'm wrong, but that's what I'm rolling with.
Well, you know, sometimes it feels so wrong, but it can be so right. You said Corin Robinson. Mosette said Etula Mealy. Little Mo said Corin Robinson. You said Corin Robinson. Yeah, it's Corin Robinson.
Nice.
He had 7 catches. Ingram with 5 and Etula Mealy with 4. Okay, so everyone has put a point up except for Will as we go to round 2. So 5 through 8, Dustin?
8.
All right, Matt?
Well, just in case you've mirrored the rounds, I'm going to try and give Mark a hand to see if he can win this. So I'm going to go 5.
Okay.
Did you give me Mark a what?
A hand up.
A hand up.
Oh, okay.
Be careful with that.
Giving him a
A
hand.
hand up, right?
Yeah.
Hand
Hand
up.
up. A
Mark,
helping
Talking
hand.
about strokes and hands and all kinds
Mark,
of
when
stuff.
you're-
I don't know what's going on.
You said Bobby Ingram had good hands.
Oh, which number for me?
Wait a minute. No. See, you did it again, guys.
Oh,
Went too far.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Knock it off!
Illegal use of hands.
Yeah.
All right.
Hands to the face.
Mark,
Only
6
three
or
times
7.
now.
Well, right in this moment, I want to sit as far away from Matt, so I'll take 7.
In California, how far away do you want to get?
It gives Will.
I can still get you.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like a bit of a threat. All right, here we go.
Or a promise, it just depends.
All right, Matt, yours is a football question.
What you had your box open to get this?
Matt,
Yeah.
Matt, the last time the Seahawks beat the Cardinals in Arizona was 2017.
Was it?
Who had the most receptions for the Seahawks in that game? Doug Baldwin, Jimmy Graham, or J.D. McKissick? Who had the most receptions in that game? Baldwin, Graham, or McKissick?
I'll go with Graham just because you like him.
Oh, I do. I do like him. I might wear his jersey Sunday because it's the only wolf gray jersey I have. I don't know.
I probably should have asked the kids, but we'll go with Graham. They're Graham anyway.
You're going to go Graham. And
Brainwashed
Mosette
children.
went with Graham, and Little Mo went with J.D. McKissick. But you went with Graham. It's Graham!
Oh.
Graham with 6, Baldwin with 5, McKissick with 4, and Matt has 2
He didn't get
points.
many yards, I reckon.
No. Shut up.
Hey, if you remember that game, he's lucky he came out of it intact.
Oh, yes.
That's when Sherman got hurt and Chancellor
Yeah.
got hurt, and they
Yeah.
lost 3 guys for the year.
Oh, yeah. That sucked.
Yeah.
And we were wearing the bright green jerseys, too. So
Yes.
that was
No.
insult to injury.
Will, you are very knowledgeable about football, and I'm glad.
Uh-oh.
Your question is, in the movie Raising Arizona,
Oh, wait. Oh, I just snuck that one right in.
in the movie Raising Arizona, how many babies were actually playing the quintuplets? So the quintuplets would be 5, right? How many babies actually played the quintuplets? Was it 10, 15, or 18? How many babies actually played the quintuplets? 10, 15, or 18?
I'm going to go with 10.
He's going to go with 10. All right. Mosette went with 15. Little Mo with 18. You went with 10. Now, it was 15. 15 babies, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, Mark.
Yes.
We played the Cardinals 37 times.
What?
Yeah. Out of 37 times, how many times have the Seahawks scored 30 or more points against the Cardinals? 10, 11, or 12? How many times have the Seahawks scored 30 or more points against the Cardinals? 10, 11, or 12?
Wow, that many. Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Let's see here. 10,
it's
11,
almost
12. Well, in the spirit of 12, we'll go 12.
Spirit of 12.
We're at 12.
Little
We
Mo
are
said
12
10. Little
years
Mo
old.
said 12. Mosette said 11. You said 12. We are 12. You're right!
Oh, my goodness.
Mark has 2 points.
This is just, it's raining points for me. Just
It is. It is.
amazing. I
Like
feel
Dustin's, man. It's just like, you're like Scrooge McDuck right now. Yeah.
Dustin,
Yeah.
how many times have the Seahawks shut out the Cardinals? 0, 1, or 2? How many times
All
have
of
the
the
Seahawks?
times. All
Yes.
of them.
All of them? 54.
All of the
Okay.
times.
0, 1, or 2. How many times did the Seahawks shut out the Cardinals? 0, 1, or 2?
And I'll say 1, because I honestly have no idea.
Okay. All right, you said 1 because you have no idea. Little Mo said 0. Mosette said 1, and you said 1. No, I'm sorry. 2003 and 2012, twice. Of course, that 58 to nothing beauty in 2012, which I think
That's
they're
the one I
still
remember.
scoring. Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good one. All right, so here's where we stand. Mark has 2 points. Matt has 2 points. Dustin has a point, and Will has no points. But never fear, because it's time for the final question.
Question.
All right, the final question. Here's how it works. It is high or low, and the closest one without going over gets the 2 points. There is possibility of an overtime here. The order will be Will go first, Dustin will go second, Matt will go third, and Mark will go last. So here we go. Are you ready, Will?
Sure.
All right. Will, in the tie game between the Seahawks and the Cardinals in 2016, how many accepted penalties did the Seahawks have in that game? How many accepted penalties?
Just the Seahawks?
Just the Seahawks. In a tie game between the Cardinals and Seahawks 2016, how many penalties accepted did they have?
Okay. I'm going to go with 14.
Wow. Will goes with 14. Dustin.
Will's being optimistic for this year.
Well, there weren't penalties on us. There were penalties on them, right?
No.
No.
How many accepted penalties on the Seahawks?
Oh, on the Seahawks. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Well,
because there might have been some decline, so they didn't count.
Right. Well, I understand the concept, but I thought we were talking about penalties the Seahawks accepted.
I'll draw you a map later.
No, the times when the Seahawks were penalized and Arizona accepted the penalties.
Hell. Brandon Browner was on the team, right? Wasn't affecting.
Actually, I don't think he was. No.
I don't know.
Like
I'm going to say 10.
He's going to say 10.
That seems like a lot still, though.
Matt.
That's going to be at least... Well, I'll go magic 12.
12. 10, 12, or 14, Mark?
Well, you know what? I think I'm going to go high. It's going to be...
Mark's going to go get high? Is that what...
No. It sounds like
I think it's legal there now, too, right?
Yeah.
10, 12, or 14, you said? Is that
yes.
The three?
That's what I was
saying. I'm going 15. I think it was a 10 in that game.
It was a sloppy game. I know that.
Ridiculous. That's 15. A lot of penalties.
One of you is on the button.
Mark.
All right.
Get ready, because I don't think you'll get a code if this happens.
Here we go. He does have a song.
Song ready.
In a tie game between the Seahawks and the Cardinals from 2016, the Seahawks had 10 accepted penalties.
Oh!
He repeats as champ!
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a three-peat, I believe.
But there's nothing I could do. He hit it on the head.
No, he hit it on the head, man.
I would have got 9 or 11 on the guess.
Wow!
Well played.
Wow.
Thundercats, ho, baby!
Who are you calling a hoe?
Congratulations,
yeah, who's ho?
Pardon me? Yeah, pardon me?
Hey, don't order that trophy there, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Cancelled.
Dustin, congratulations again, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
On the nose.
Well done. Right on the button. Amazing.
That was a hell of a guess.
It was, and it worked. This has been another amazing, crowd-pleasing, heart-stopping, award-winning edition of your 12-man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia
of the world.
We'll be right back with the second half of this show right after this. Thundercats, take us out.
He's doing so well.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Holy shit, it's the third quarter.
Yes, welcome to the third quarter of your 12-man Fan Jam Show. Hey, you! Yes, you helping Jerry Jones find his glory hole. Like, share, and subscribe to the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Join our Facebook group, 12-man Fan Jam Show. And look for our podcast is downloadable on Podbean and iTunes. Do it now before the refs call another roughing the passer. Oh,
no, too late.
Too late.
Honestly,
come on!
This is slowly going down.
This isn't flag football.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yep.
Hey, it's time for the Seahawks to hit the road, and that means that many Seahawk fans will be traveling as well. So here to give our listeners an inside scoop of all the really great sights to see is our 12-man Fan Jam Show travel guide. Yes, the 12-man Fan Jam Show travel guide is back because it's so popular. And it's here to help you find those special, out-of-the-way places.
One of our favorite attractions here on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. When you travel with your football team. This week, we take a trip to sunny and beautiful Glendale, Arizona, where the desert is not after dinner, and when the desert is not after dinner, and it is all over the place.
It's always so eloquently done.
Yes. So when in Glendale, be sure to visit. Okay. When in Glendale, be sure to visit the Scorpions Retirement Community for over-the-hill 80s hairbands. See the Scorpions because, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know who's there, Mark? I can give you a list. Jafria is there. House of Lords is there. I could go on. Night Ranger's there. I could go on with 80 hairbands. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're welcome. When in Glendale, be sure to visit the Stevie Nicks White Witch Boarding House for Girls. That's a rumor that she's a witch. I didn't start that. When in Glendale, be sure to visit the tour of famous celebrity holes in the desert. Because, you dig a hole and then you have to dig another hole. Okay. Yeah, this one's better. When in Glendale, be sure to visit the River Phoenix drugstore. There! Are you happy? I went there! I went there!
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Hope you're all happy.
25 years too soon.
Yeah. I did it. And finally, when in Glendale, be sure to visit the Arizona Tea Salute to Teabagging Walk of Fame. Okay.
Dennis, there's actually one more. You got to mention.
There is?
Yes.
When in Glendale, be sure to visit what?
Well, actually, that's the point. Is it's not Glendale. It's Scottsdale. It's the Bob Crane Memorial. Because things didn't end well.
The Bob Crane School of Photography.
It was his only home video without a happy ending.
Oh God!
Yikes.
Nice.
You can fix that in post.
Oh no, Mark! No, Mark! That was beautiful for the win. You can fix that in post.
Ouch.
Special effects on that one.
Yeah. Hey, I got an
Are we supposed
idea.
to be a family show? I never did figure that out.
Well,
the Addams family,
occasionally.
maybe.
Yeah. Hey, let's see how healthy these teams are by turning to our own doctor, Dr. Dustin, with the 12-man Fan Jam Show injury report. Dr. Dustin, tell us the news.
Doctor, give me the news.
I'm gonna say are the Bundys, not like the murders, but like Al Bundy.
Yeah.
That kind of family.
Can I be Meg? Just yell stuff from upstairs. Ow! Sorry.
Nice.
My Meg.
All right, so the business. We're serious here, guys.
Business. This is an injury report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start with the Seahawks mostly. They have a couple guys out this game. Rasheem Green hurt his ankle. He's not gonna play. And KJ Wright, his knee, and this is becoming like an ongoing issue, and it's kind of worrisome. His knee is still not right, still not practicing, is not going to play. They have no timetable for when he's going to return.
No.
And I know me and Will talked about this last week, but he might have to refresh my memory. How many people can they put on that list designated to return?
2, I believe.
And we've already met that limit, right?
No. J.D. McKissick we have on injured reserve, and they're going to bring him back. Ed Dixon is on the non-football injury list, which is basically just like the PUP. So he'll be available after week.
That's right. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see KJ Wright end up on that list if they have no estimated time for return and they need the help. So we'll have to monitor the linebacker position for that.
Wow.
Yeah. Doubtful this game. There's 2 players I'm going to start with. I'm only going to mention one right now. It's Ethan Posick. His ankle has been giving him issues. He hurt it, still finished the game when he hurt it. But the line played so much better the next game that they're not rushing him back.
Right.
I guess apparently he was running next to Pete Carroll in between drills, proving he could do it. And still not going to rush him back. He's a game-time decision whether or not he's active. But he's not going to play, it sounds like, regardless. Questionable. We have Deion Jordan. His hip is an issue, but it sounds like he's probably going to play. And that's fine with me because it missed a lot of time with injuries and whatnot. So if it's an injury that doesn't necessarily make him out, he's actually able to play potentially, that's an injury I can deal with that guy because he's a little on the injury prone side. Blaine O'Hill, he's got a hamstring. He's not playing. He's questionable. Chris Carson's got a hip issue. Pete Carroll just said he has a thing, and they're going to evaluate it at the game time.
Carson's got a thing.
My kid ain't no thing.
And here's the fun one here that's questionable. Doug Baldwin is mentioned on the injury report as questionable. However, Pete Carroll did say today that he is going to play for sure.
Yep, that's great.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Hey, kids! Doug Baldwin's going to play. All right! Yeah!
Rocking his jersey right now for Blue Friday. Pulling for him.
Well done.
All right. So back to the doubtfuls. We have one more. He's kind of the Johnny Manziel of the injury report for us. We're going with Mr. CJ Procise.
Yes.
I don't care what he's officially listed as. I have on good information. He's actually got acne mechanica, and that's why he's not playing. Acne mechanica is a sports-induced acne. It's caused by heat, moisture, friction, and clogged pores. It occurs mainly in areas where helmets, pads, or other equipment cover or rub against the skin. So when he wears his shoulder pads, it hurts. When he wears his helmet, it hurts, and he just can't handle that. So he's not going to play.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Now we move on to the Arizona Cardinals. Nobody listed as out. Nobody listed as doubtful. 4 people listed as questionable. We have Larry Fitzgerald with a hammy. Robert Alphabet. He has an injury.
Robert Alphabet?
Yeah, I can't pronounce that, man. We have Corey Peters, who's a defensive tackle. His elbow hurts. It's probably one of those stroke injuries Matt was talking about.
Oh, God.
Andre Smith, it's the same. He's an offensive lineman. Also missing with an elbow thing. They've been doing the stranger, and that caused the injury. Roommates? I don't know.
Are they roommates? We don't know.
They might be. Yeah. And that is it for the injury report.
All right. Awesome. Well done, as always. Thank you so much. Now let's take a look at what the weather is going to be for the game by turning to a guy living in another country. It's time for the 12-Man Fan Jam Show weather and fashion report with Matt from merry old England, or Matt.
It's raining man.
Yes, thank you, Moses. Well, we are in the arid and dry state of Arizona this week, where temperatures will get into the high 90s. But of course, the game weather will be brought to us by the wonders of modern air conditioning technology, as we are at the University of Phoenix Stadium. Did you know that the UOP Stadium has 8,000 tons of cooling power? That's enough power to cool 2,300 homes at the same time. Whoa. And the bill for all of that air conditioning is $500,000 a month during the summer. But of course, that bill gets even higher during football seasons, as they have to kick it up a notch every time the Cardinals play, because they stink up the place. As for the fashion this week, well, we are in Arizona, and as you know, Dennis, as the visitors, I like to blend in. So I suggest that everyone goes dressed as a cactus. Yes, that's right, lime green, color rush style cactus with optional spines, and yes, of course, absolutely no water for the entire game.
Nice.
Beers and shots will be absolutely fine, but absolutely no water. Now, as for me, you know, if I were going to this game, well, I would have to pay tribute to one of Arizona's most famous historical figures. No, not Apache Indian Chief Geronimo, not witchy Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac, but rather the one and only superhero herself, Linda Carter.
Oh, yes.
I bet you remember Linda, don't you, Mark?
Oh, I've not forgotten Linda.
He's had long memories of Linda. Now, I would dust off my now very well-worn Wonder Woman outfit, complete with golden lasso of truth and my bracelets of submission. Which reminds me, Dustin, I'm going to need those bracelets back before Sunday. So if you can get them back to me, that'd be fantastic.
And they block bullets. It's real in America.
I'm going to need them back. But that being said, it looks like it's going to be perfect Seahawks weather. Moses, it's back over to you.
Oh, my God, yes. Oh, Linda Carter. Wow.
Matt's going to fly his invisible jet.
I'm telling you right now. That lady was, yeah, my first. I don't know if she was my first love, but I'm telling you, I watch this show constantly.
Oh, God.
As an adolescent child. No doubt about it, man. And if you've never seen the original Wonder Woman, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But right now, there are some people going, oh, yeah, never missed that.
Wasn't she in Super Troopers?
I don't know, possibly.
The thing is, what I love about that theme tune so much is that in her satin tights, she's fighting for your rights. That makes the whole kneeling protest thing into
that was the bumper
context,
sticker.
You know, I had read that she was going to be in the remake, you know, the Wonder Woman that was remade, but they just couldn't get their schedules figured out. But she was interested in making a cameo. But
well, she's got a chance for the second one. Wonder Woman 1985 comes out next year.
Oh,
so,
cool.
You know, there you go,
maybe
guys.
Who knows? Wow. Thanks for bringing back Linda Carter into the.
I'll leave that memory with you, Moses.
I appreciate that. And now the guy that always has our number, the man with numbers and tokens all around him. It's time for Statsman Mark at the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. By the numbers for our game and maybe a couple of teasers. Oh, Statsman Mark.
Ricky don't lose that number. Ricky don't lose that number. Ricky don't lose that number.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I've just been sitting here contemplating the numbers. Now, I got to say, with Wonder Woman, man, co-star Robert Wagner, one of the greatest American cheese balls of the 1970s.
Oh, my Lord, yes.
So, there you have it.
Well done.
So, by the numbers, first off, last week, only 1 out of 3. So when my trivia is going better than my prognosticating for like game outcomes,
that's when you know it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a cash flow issue. So I won on Carolina -3. They hosted Cincinnati, but I lost on Atlanta. We got beat by the Saints, and I took a chance on the Buccaneers in Tampa, and of course Pittsburgh beat them.
You know, a lot of people did. A lot of people were like, oh, watch out for the Buccaneers beating. Yeah, and that didn't happen.
And I started Deshaun Jackson in fantasy, 3 catches for. Anyway, always a week behind some of these people here. For our game coming up, the Seahawks are 3-point road favorites. Oh, with an over under of 39.
Wow.
That's an absurdly low over under. So that's what they think of fireworks for the game. And the picks this week, I'm going to, I don't like to kick a man when he's down, but be that as it may, it's a business. So I'm taking the Chargers -10.5 over San Francisco. And we'll see who Jimmy watches the game with. I also have Detroit plus the 3 points.
Oh, no!
Oh.
You did it, man.
Personal foul.
Hey, got it, Mark. You got to keep your head up.
Well, now I feel like confetti.
Oh.
Back-to-back zingers. Nice.
So that's your first. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Little recap of the Chargers -10.5 because our neighbors here are down, and Detroit +3 in Dallas.
Yes.
And finally, we've been saying it for 6 years now. When will New England finally start to lose? And this is it. And so I'm going to take the Dolphins that I'm going in there with 7 points.
Wow.
Nice.
So Miami
Isn't that
+7.
Dolphins to 4-0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 3-0. I think Tennessee has a good record. The league is, I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
wondering really if this finally is the year that New England just
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we'll have to see.
losing to the Lions.
Everyone's just excited about that. We're just like waiting for, total implosion.
They
before
were
I celebrate.
desperate enough to bring in Josh Gordon.
Right.
It would be great if Josh Gordon, when he comes back, if they make if they allow it, they amend the rules so he can have 420 on his jersey. That'd be
Oh man, Mark's on fire.
I know. Man, the more depressed his neighborhood gets, the happier he gets. I can see him walking down the street with the Seahawks stuff, and all the 49er fans are giving dirty looks.
But my meth neighbor moved. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, he got a coupon for Kentucky, so he went back there.
Coupon.
Wow.
Nice. Well, thank you, Mark.
Now he's neighbors with Dennis.
Yeah, no kidding. Quick disclaimer. These numbers have been presented for entertainment purposes only. The 12-Man Fan Jam Show does not endorse betting on anything at any time. Please do not take these or anything we all say on this show seriously, ever.
Please.
I honestly thought you just remember these numbers have been presented by Mark. That's enough. That's enough of a disclaimer right there.
That's
a production.
Ooh, man. All right. Wow, what a third quarter. That's a third quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter, bitches.
Coming up, it's our predictions, our prognostications, and our game balls for the Cardinals game. You are listening to your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Why not? Don't cost nothing. We'll be right back.
Hello everybody, this is Statsman Mark, and when I'm not listening to Charo's greatest hits on 8-track tape, I'm listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show.
Holy shit, it's the fourth quarter.
Mamma mia, it's time for the fourth final quarter of the episode of 12-Man Fan Jam Show.
It's an Irish.
I thought you said this was a good one.
It's not.
Sadly, it was.
All right, in this quarter, we're going to make our game score predictions, our prognostications, and of course, our game balls for the upcoming game. Maybe benefit experience. Now our picks. Let's start with Team 12. Jose, prognostication, we get more than 2 turnovers. Game ball to Wagner, score 24-13 Seahawks. Tom, 27-13 Seahawks. Penny gets his first rushing touchdown. Game ball to Russ. Little Mo, 31-7. Carson touchdown run is his prognostication, and Carson with the game ball. Ty Turner, Mark Ty Turner. I don't know if they'll cruise, but I expect him to win. It wouldn't bode well to lose to a crummy team with rookie quarterbacks, but sometimes we have our problems in the desert. As for Sunday, Seahawks 20, Cards 6. Game ball to Wagner. Defense gets 3 interceptions. Mike Pascal, okay. With Bradford's butt baking the bench, Rosen's rotten cookie record should sink their ship and seal the deal for Seattle, shades of Stan Lee. We tend to win down there, and they do better up northwest. So let's hope the first part continues. Score Seahawks 23, Cards 13. Prediction Rosen 2 or more interceptions. Game ball to Frank Clark, parentheses, and Larry Fitzgerald's patience. Okay. Will.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a prediction, game ball, prognostication for the game?
Oh, if you insist.
Please.
I'm thinking
I would never insist.
Seahawks 31, Cardinals 14.
Okay.
My prognostication is that Brandon Marshall gets 100-plus receiving yards and at least 1 touchdown, and he will get my game ball.
Wow. So 100-plus yards is your emphasis there?
And at least 1 touchdown.
He has to do both of those?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right.
Oh, goodness. We're trying to win, sir.
Wow. Okay. Statsman Mark, hi.
Yellow.
Hey, you were saying that your neighbor moved to Kentucky, right?
Yeah, that's maybe a long furlough, hopefully. No, yes, he's gone, so my car's safe for the time.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the game?
Qualify for a passport.
I know, huh? Yeah, I don't even sure the guy's
Damn
an ID.
it.
Oh.
Will?
Oh, well.
Personal foul.
I knew it.
Roughing the passer.
I knew it. Every time we do something good, it happens.
I couldn't stop myself, sorry.
I didn't think his weight was on him. I didn't
either, but, watch the film. Okay, Mark, give us what you got.
Well, you know what? I've been rolling with ET on the show. He is going to be my player because he'll have an interception. So
is that your prognostication? Ooh.
Yes, ET will have yet another pick. In the spirit of Team 12, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that ET will have an interception.
Okay.
This game.
Man, be super safe. Just say that ET being your guy is your prognostication.
Well, I was
ET will suit up for the game.
I was going to go with Penny having more than 2 carries, but I decided.
You watch my points. We need some points here, Mark.
Yeah, give us the score, Gordy.
The score. We are going to break through the 39-point barrier as for the game, and it's going to be 24-20 Seahawks.
All right, 24-20 Seahawks. Dustin, hi.
Hey.
How we doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm not unwell, thank you. You got some predictions for us here?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to say the Seahawks are going to win this in a reciprocal number type of game, 31-13.
Oh, piss off. How does he do that? He got some sort of bloody...
Really? Did you say there's the reciprocal thing too?
Not reciprocal, because I wouldn't use that word.
I mean, I get it. It's higher education over here and whatnot, so.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
It's a palindrome.
It's a palindrome,
Yeah, or whatever. I don't know what that means, but
yeah.
I know reciprocal.
The way you treat your substitute teachers, Dustin, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Listen to the director's cut for that answer, kids. I'm gonna say for my prognostication, Russell Wilson. Hold on. Russell Wilson will throw more passing yards than Bobby Wagner.
Oh, stop.
Oh, we can't do that?
No.
All right. So I'm going to say that Doug Baldwin's going to score a pair of touchdowns, though. And he's going to get my game ball.
Oh, wow. All right.
Welcome back, Dougie Fresh.
Yeah,
Angry Doug, whatever you want to call him.
And he was angry on the sidelines.
Yes,
I think
he was.
I think he got the wrong order at halftime for food. Matt.
Hello.
What's your score, buddy?
It was 31-13.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not changing it now. It's annoying. So I was going to do the whole, so we'll score 3 and 1, and they'll score 1 and 3. So yeah.
That's clever.
It's all
nice.
Good. And on that, because it all forms part of my prognostication as well. So Rosen's going to get sacked 3 times and intercepted once.
Sacked 3 times.
Sacked 3 times, intercepted once, 3 and 1.
Okay, you want both those, huh?
I really am gonna stick in my tight ends because we have a lot of running. There's a lot of running next time, last time, but I think we're gonna time for it. I think there's I think we need to go back to getting those balls to the tight ends. So I'm gonna give it to Big Willie D.
You're sticking with your tight ends.
I'm sticking.
Come on!
I need to get the ball.
Willie D.
I need to get the ball.
You're going to stick with your tight ends. You're going with Willie D. You got to get him the ball. I'm not even.
I don't know what you're laughing for. I'm just speaking
perfectly
good football language.
That's not even the worst thing he said this week.
It's
if
not.
You guys follow the Facebook
true.
page.
That's true.
Way.
That's not even the worst thing he said this quarter.
Yeah.
Out of my way.
Matt, have you seen how much Rodgers is denying Graham his balls? Have you
I
seen
know.
Oh my God.
It's incredible.
Oh dear
Wait
God.
till he retires. I've just been
It's coming.
This is the 5th one I've been involved in.
I've just been sent off. I'm ejected from play.
Your penalty machines. All right, it's my turn. I don't know how you top 8 of that. After dismantling the Cowboys in front of the 12s.
Well, I mean,
if you're topping it, then
you ask permission first.
I can't. After dismantling the Cowboys in front of the 12s, the Seahawks head to the desert to put the Cardinals in a hole, but they've already done that themselves, going 0-3. In a desperate move, the Cardinals have announced that rookie sensation and Jewish hope Josh Rosen will make his first start at quarterback.
Dude!
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I said it. And let's look back at all the great Jewish quarterbacks in NFL history, like Jay Fiedler. Okay, just Jay Fiedler. Anyway, regardless.
We're breaking all the rules. We're
Jay Fiedler flags right now.
That's pretty much it. So listen, regardless of what he thinks of Jesus, Rosen will have a hard time.
Someone throw a flag.
Apparently, the flags don't get thrown.
Try.
There it goes.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Oh my goodness.
These are only the accepted ones.
Okay.
Jesus. Did he bring Jesus into...
Rosen will have a hard time trying to throw on a Seahawk defense that has been about as hard to throw a pass at as Kate Upton when Justin Verlander is pitching a no-hitter shirtless. Him, not her. Watch the Seahawks make Josh Rosen kiss the carpet more times than Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, wow. Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, are we trying to get shut down at this point? What is going on? Is Moses just tired of doing these podcasts?
Backstage at the
all right,
Lilith
we're going to
Fair.
get banned.
Which referee was like,
Oh my God.
Foul.
5 sacks for the Seahawks, my prognostication. Meanwhile, on offense, my game ball, Will Dissly, shows back up on the radar for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oy vey. The Cardinals will be verklempt when they lose by the score of Seattle Seahawks 34, Arizona Cardinals 17. Hoppa. All right.
Hoppa.
Well,
Shalom.
Shalom. It looks like it's time to bring another wonderful, amazing 12-man Fan Jam show to a sad close. No one listens this far anyway. I don't know what you're all worried about. We are so glad you decided to waste some time with us. We certainly hope you laughed a little and maybe you learned a little something along the way. I don't.
Oh, they learned some shit.
You
learned stuff.
You learn who might fake an injury. You learn who's the new Nigerian Nightmare. You learn that Dustin understands the concept that Mark might be getting high. That Carson has a thing. I miss Linda Carter, and Matt is sticking with the tight ends. So, On behalf of my partner in crime, Matt, our newshound Shadowhawk Will, Statsman Mark, Dustin as the Beaver, Mike Pascal, Roger Goodell, Mark Ty Turner, Jose, Tom, Mozette, Little Mo, Dan Deerdorf, Jim Hart, Neil Lomax, Linda Carter. This is Moses saying until next time, go Hawks!
Go Hawks!
Is that a good thing or a bad thing that I just did?
I'm pretty sure I've heard you say that, Linda Carter.
I mean, I like it. That's the stand-up material I'd watch.
Well, if it's Linda Carter, I would watch it.